Nick has a baby every other week, man.
He has 2 children with ex-wife Mariah Carey.
He just became a proud papa of another set of twins.
31-year-old Abby De La Rosa is also rumored to be expecting Nick's child. 41-year-old has fathered 8 children with 5 different women. There are 2 more that we know of on the way.
He's on his 12th now, and the 11th was announced the week before that.
Is there a cap to how many kids you want to have?
I don't know what you're doing later.
Is this his twisted way of getting back at Mariah?
Like, I don't want to answer to nobody.
Are you happy together?
Absolutely.
Especially when he's nice.
Other times he's not nice?
Yeah, you know.
Really?
He's a man, Barbara.
Nick's role being treated like a manservant as opposed to a husband.
Do you trust him?
Sometimes.
Oh, wait a minute.
Sometimes?
You told me that you were afraid that you could never trust anyone again. The marriage when you were very young to Tommy Mottola.
It was a fairy tale that went sour.
You were a virtual hostage in that house.
All right.
Could you come and go when you wanted? Could you see people you wanted to see?
I have a record coming out.
He is in control.
This is a different situation.
But was Mariah doing the same thing to Nick?
Humiliation.
Can I trust you more than sometimes? You tell me.
Infantilization.
I don't like when you do that, Nick. Nick needs to slow down and stop talking.
Purpose of it is to establish control.
No one is going to stop me or take all my power again.
You can't trust your own family. You can't trust people who work for you.
It's just love. It's a beautiful place to be.
I always say, I spoke our relationship into existence. Every time I did an interview or people would ask me who my celebrity crush was, I would always say,
Mariah Carey!
Great looking, enormously talented, the best-selling female recording artist of the decade.
and people like, man, you bugging. Like, there's no way you can get Mariah Carey. I was like, watch. She about to be my girlfriend. Like, I would show up to concerts. I would be backstage.
And Nick Cannon's chance finally came when they shared the stage for a brief moment at the Teen Choice Awards.
Seeing her backstage, and she stops right in front of me. She's like, I heard all those nice things you've been saying about me. And I was like, they true. Just give me an opportunity to make them come true. And she smiled, and they floated her off. And from that day, I knew that she knew. So then I doubled down until she wanted to do a video, and she wanted me to star in the video. And it was Touch My Body. And I was like, I ain't about to be in that video. People already think I'm corny enough. So I told Mariah no. People don't tell Mariah no. She called me and she's like, I have another video for you to be in, and to be my love interest.
We began talking on the phone almost daily, and it was irresistibly fun. And at the time, I was all about having fun.
After only 2 months of being together, they shocked everyone.
Mariah Carey got married. Did you know this?
Did she? Really?
To Nick Cannon.
What?
Yeah.
You have to be kidding me.
Here's what we did. We said we were making a video. Okay. We went down there with as few people as possible, only people that had to be there. They thought we were making a video.
Right.
Even they didn't know.
Reportedly, Nick's family only heard about him getting married after they read about it in the tabloids.
You walk into Mariah's world, it's production. Shuts everyone else out, and she lives at a level where she can do that. She got islands, and I'm waking up at noon, and people bringing me steaks on a platter.
But as Nick was being mesmerized inside of Mariah's world, people on the outside were noticing an imbalance between them.
Is it true that on your back you have a tattoo that says Mariah Forever?
Well, not forever. I should add forever to it.
And he has a huge commitment. It's all across his shoulders, and you do a tiny, spine of a butterfly right there. You could etch that out if things change.
Do you trust him?
Sometimes.
Oh, wait a minute.
Sometimes?
Okay, I want to hear about
Can I
this.
trust you more than sometimes? You tell me.
Absolutely.
Okay, then I trust him. I'm not gonna put on the fake Hollywood. Yes, every single time Nick says anything, I faint and fall on the floor.
But Nick was quick to try and explain Mariah's reactions.
It was a little sideways when you think about the fact that obviously we all know that my wife has been in previous situations where it was a little untrustworthy for her. It's hard for her to trust people.
You may have heard the rumors about Tommy Mottola's so-called hold on Mariah. Why did she marry him? Exactly, why did she leave him? Mariah and Tommy got married in a lavish, celebrity-studded ceremony reminiscent of the royal wedding of Diana and Prince Charles.
Tommy directed it. Tommy designed it. Yes, it was a Tommy production.
He was older and he was more experienced in every way. As it became oppressive in a lot of ways.
Tommy Mottola was not only very much in control of Mariah's professional life, but she says he tried to control her personal life as well. Mariah, do you know that it has been written that you were a virtual hostage in that house?
All right.
Were you? Could you come and go when you wanted? Could you see people you wanted to see?
I have a record coming out.
Are you afraid? He listens to this interview and he gets mad. And he may not want to put out your next album. I mean, he is in control.
I don't feel like there's anyone who necessarily truly and fully understands me or who I can trust completely.
As a husband, I stepped up and said, I'm gonna take that responsibility of making this woman trust me. So it's a day-to-day process.
But as Nick was trying to win over Mariah's trust, he started to let her control him.
Nick's role being treated like a manservant as opposed to a husband, step and fetch this, step and do that. And he would dutifully do it.
Why did the light suddenly go to light Nick better than me?
Okay.
It's not always about you, baby.
But I do know that when the twins were born, Nick was in there with the boombox, instructed to hit fantasy as soon as the heads started to crown.
I wanted them to hear the applause upon entering the world.
Dress up in those stupid outfits for occasions. Like for Easter. Nick was a really good sport for going along with this mess. And then they redo their wedding vows every year, and there's always a lot of costumery going on with them. And she went to Disney for that stupid Cinderella princess revowing.
This was more, for me, this was a celebratory, being here was like bringing that to life.
Yeah, it's a fairy tale.
You probably thought that you married a puppet.
But even after Nick did everything Mariah wanted, it still wasn't enough.
The rumor mill going into overdrive after this candid confession to Big Boy's radio show.
How many famous women has Nick Cannon been with?
Mariah Carey.
No, you gotta take Mariah.
Nope, you didn't say that.
Okay, well, go ahead.
Mariah Carey, Christina Milian, Cole Scherzinger.
Whoa.
We've been reading on the blogs though that you haven't been happy about that, and there's been rumors that y'all are heading for divorce because of it.
I can't comment on Nick's commentary.
The one that got Mariah most pissed.
Oh, here you go. Man, I'm about to deal with this, Howard.
You talked about Kim Kardashian, that you f***ed her.
Yeah.
And that really got Mariah's goat.
You know what? I hope Nick's listening. Nick needs to slow down and stop talking.
I got in trouble because people feel like they can ask me anything because I say anything. She gets mad about small things, and I got to stop talking about my past.
But there was something that was about to happen that was out of both their control.
I wake up in the morning and I can't move. And they rushed me to the hospital. They did the MRIs and the CAT scans. Like the doctor literally said to me, I was like, yo, it's too late. The blood clot has already reached where like most people would be gone already. I'm diagnosed with lupus. They're telling me it could be terminally ill. I'm having pulmonary embolisms and getting rushed back and forth to the hospital, spending time in the hospital a month at a time. I'm like, I'm about to check out, and I'm a new dad, and you know, Mariah gotta still be Mariah. Being in those hospital beds, looking up at the ceiling, like, is this who I am? Am I Mariah's man? Is that what my life is supposed to be? Who am I? And there was a fire that was birthed inside of me because I'm like, once I get out of this bed, once I get back to normal, once I get healthy again, I'm about to live life like I've never lived it before. That was the beginning of the divide.
Nick Cannon and Mariah Carey, they've confirmed that there's, quote, trouble in paradise.
When someone has their own world, own scope, their own bubble, and you gotta be a participant in that, I can't abide by your rules.
Overnight, her husband, Nick Cannon, reportedly telling the Insider that he and Carey are living apart for several months.
Like, I don't want to answer to nobody. I want to be by my goddamn self forever. Man, I got lonesome tattooed on my neck. I'm good.
After 6 years of marriage, Nick finally left Mariah. But he was shocked by how quickly she moved on.
Mariah Carey has a new boyfriend. His name is James Packer. He's a billionaire and invites her on like a 2 or 3 week yacht vacation.
It is so freaking beautiful here. This was a surprise from James to have, because there's his yacht over there. I wasn't like on the prowl, like you meet people and then it's like, oh, this guy's really fun. So it was nice.
And he does what he does. Is he gonna wear the trousers?
Of course he'll wear his trousers. We have great moments together.
Cheers. This is cheers.
I think he's fantastic, and we're planning a wedding, and it's coming up soon.
But Nick wasn't going to let that happen.
Mariah Carey wants to get divorced, and she can't get divorced to save her life. That's because, for whatever reason, Nick Cannon will not sign the final divorce papers. Not about houses, not about money, not about custody. And the ironic thing is, he's the dude who filed for divorce in the first place.
If this ruins Mariah's fairy tale wedding on some island,
Ruins it, there's not going to be any fairy tale wedding.
Yeah, it's
it
going to go
completely
crazy.
derails it.
While Nick was dealing with his divorce with Mariah, he was also struggling with his health.
Could you die a very young man? Could you die like in your 40s?
Every time I think I'm doing good, then I gotta go back to the hospital, and it's
Do you
like,
fear death?
I almost died this time, the blood clots and I'm probably gonna die sooner than most people. And because that's what the doctor said. But I'm living life like,
no, what did the doctor say?
I might die in the morning, so let's all night. Like,
Nick, what?
Why wear condoms? I might not be here tomorrow.
But Nick.
And then Nick started to act out in a way no one expected.
Nick Cannon is a dad once again. This is Nick's first child with ex-girlfriend Brittany Bell. He has 2 children with ex-wife Mariah Carey.
He just became a proud papa of another set of twins.
31-year-old Abby De La Rosa is also rumored to be expecting Nick's child. Oh yeah, it's a lot to unpack.
Nick has a baby every other week, man.
41-year-old has fathered 8 children with 5 different women. There are 2 more that we know of on the way.
Is this his twisted way of getting back at Mariah?
So he has 5 baby mamas, but only 4 wish him Happy Father's Day?
Well, one of them is Mariah Carey. She's not going to stop her life.
The fact that she chose to wish her dad Happy Father's Day with a picture of her kids looking at a picture of her dad and not mentioning Nick, that's a clear shot.
Mariah don't want to be a part of none of that.
This guy needs to stop and slow down.
If someone says I can't do something, watch me. Yeah. Throw another one.
He's on his 12th now, and the 11th was announced the week before that. He bounces from one to the other, then back to the other one, then back to this one, which I can't wrap my head around. Like,
any insight on like what Nick's doing and how? Yeah, but at what point? Isn't he still this point? Right now he's.
I hate to ask you this, but a lot of people want to know, is there a cap to how many kids you want to have?
I don't know what you're doing later.
I don't know.
But something out of Nick's control was about to hit him harder than anything.
My youngest son, Zen Scott Cannon, right there. Zen was born in June, on June 23rd, actually. And, you know, it was a great day. You know, obviously, y'all know I got a lot of kids. And Zen's my youngest, and it was so exciting. Just the most beautiful spirit. But I always noticed he had like a little, like to me, it felt like a sinus thing. It was like a cough. We went in just to check his sinuses, and they actually said his sinuses were pretty cool. But then by the time we found out that he had another condition, a malignant tumor in his head. And so immediately we had to have surgery. Up until then, he was just like all my other kids, just loving and fun.
But Thanksgiving, we had a interesting turn, and the process sped up, and the tumor began to grow a lot faster, and so we knew that the time was. So this weekend, you know, I made a valid effort to spend the most quality time I could spend with Zen. Got to spend the weekend with them, spend the night, and we woke up on Sunday, and I was like, I just feel like I want to go to the water, you know, and close to the ocean, and you know, we kind of got a chance to go to the ocean. And usually on Sundays, kind of handle everything I had to handle with the family, and then I fly back to New York. I rush back. But even by the time I got in the car and was headed to the airport, I had to turn around. I turned around, and not only did we get to see the sunrise, but we got to see the sunset too.
I thought I had it all under control, and I got this, and this wasn't part of the manifestation. Well, I didn't see this one coming. I didn't see the. How do I handle this? That wasn't part of the plan. I'm not in control of this.
And Nick realized that he was overcompensating ever since he left Mariah.
Clearly there was some carelessness on my part, you know, going on.
The inner adolescent complex in me of like, I'm trying to prove that I'm a man. That psychologically, that started f***ing with me. And that probably is what took me from 3 kids to 5 kids to 12.
Nick knew he had to take responsibility for his actions.
How do I handle the mother who lost her only son, who was by bedside every step of the way? Even when I'm out trying to hustle and balance my time, what do I owe her? And then take it even one step further in the multitude of households that I'm responsible for.
I wish to always protect and respect the mothers of all my children, and I take full responsibility for everything. So I must say I sincerely apologize to everyone involved for any extra pain or confusion that I may have caused.
And he was finally able to let go of Mariah.
She's in a relationship and she's happy. I don't want to disturb that. Focusing on that unconditional love for the children. Every moment I get with my kids, especially having lost a child, I love and cherish every experience.
Sometimes grief can turn into anger and sadness. I don't think that's what it's meant for. Grief can actually turn into purpose with strength in those spaces that once were empty, a badge of honor in your character. That then allows you to figure out why we're here in the first place.